Hello everyone, welcome to Sankalp Learning Classes. From today onwards, we are going to solve the LBA questions from the Control and Coordination chapter. Okay, let's start with the multiple choice question number 1. Then we are moving towards the 2-mark questions, 3-mark questions, as well as 4 and 5-mark questions. Okay, let's start with the question number 1. The brain is responsible for option A, thinking. Option B, regulating the heartbeat. Option C, balancing the body. Option D, all of the above. So read the question properly. The brain is responsible for. So here they mention the brain, right? So they didn't mention about any part of the brain like cerebrum, cerebellum. So that is not mentioned. So the brain is responsible for thinking. Yes, that is the correct answer. And regulating the heartbeat. Yes, that is also controlled by the brain, and balancing of the body, all of the above. Yes, the correct answer is option D, all of the above. Hello everyone, let's see question number 2. The incorrect statement related to thyroxine hormone among the following is: option A, regulates the fat metabolism. Option B, its deficiency leads to goiter. Option C, it is secreted by parathyroid gland. Option D, iodine in the food is essential for its production. Here, which is the incorrect statement? It regulates the fat metabolism, that is the correct one, and its deficiency leads to goiter. Yes, that is also correct statement. And it is secreted by parathyroid gland. Here the thyroxine hormone that is secreted by the thyroid gland, not by the parathyroid gland. So option C is the incorrect statement. And see the option D, iodine in the food is essential for its production. Yes, option D is also correct statement. So here option C is the incorrect statement. So option C is the correct answer for the question number 2. Hello everyone, let's see question number 3. The gap between the two neurons is option A, dendrite. Option B, axon. Option C, synapse. Option D, cell body. So here the gap between the two neurons is here dendrite. So these are the branched structures that receives the nerve impulses, right? And axon, that is the elongated structure of the neuron. And the cell body, that is the main part of the neuron. So here the correct answer is synapse, that is the gap between the two neurons. So for this question, option C is the correct answer. Hello everyone. Let's see question number 4. The following is an example of reflex action. Option A, folding of the chair. Option B, pulling hand back when touching a sharp object. Option C, tasting food. Option D, applause at the end of the program. So here reflex action means the action which is caused unknowingly, right? So here folding the chair, that is not a reflex action, and tasting food and the applause at the end of the program, clapping at the end of the program, that is not a reflex action. So these all actions, so they are doing knowingly, not by unknowingly, right? But option B, pulling hand back when touching a sharp object. So we take our hand back when we touch the sharp object, that is unknowingly, right? So here option B is the example for the reflex action. Hello everyone. Let's see question number 5. The center of reflex action is option A, cerebrum, option B, spinal cord, option C, cerebellum, option D, hypothalamus. The center of reflex action. So in the reflex action, the brain is not involved because it need the fastest action to the some response, right? So here the brain is not involved in this reflex action. So cerebrum, cerebellum, hypothalamus, that is not involved. So the center of the reflex action is spinal cord. Option B is the correct answer. Hello everyone. Let's see question number 6. The hormone that regulates the carbohydrates, protein and fat metabolism in the human body. Option A, testosterone. Option B, adrenaline. Option C, thyroxine. Option D, insulin. Here, the testosterone hormone that is secreted by the testes, right? So mainly that is responsible for the secondary sexual character in males and the production of the sperms. So that is mainly because of the testosterone hormone. Adrenaline hormone mainly secreted by the adrenal gland, so which prepare the body to face the some situations. And here insulin that regulates the blood sugar level in our body. So the correct answer is option C, thyroxine, which regulates the carbohydrate, protein and the fat metabolism in the human body. So for this question, option C, thyroxine is the correct answer. Hello everyone, let's see question number 7. If the roots of a plant grow towards an area of nitrate concentration, it is option A, phototropism, option B, hydrotropism, option C, thigmotropism, option D, chemotropism. So here phototropism means that is growth of the plant towards the light. Hydro means towards the water, thigmotropism, that is by the touch, right? And the chemotropism, that is the movement of the plant parts towards the some chemical stimulus, right? So here towards an area of nitrate concentration, so that is an example for the chemotropism. Option D, that is the correct answer. Hello everyone, let's see question number 8. Which of the following is mismatched pair? Option A, adrenaline pituitary gland, testosterone testes, insulin pancreas. Option D, thyroxine thyroid gland. So here mismatched pair, adrenaline pituitary gland. So that is not a perfect match, right? So here adrenaline that is secreted by adrenal gland. Testosterone testis, that is the right one. Insulin that is secreted by the pancreas, that is also right one. And the thyroxine that is secreted by the thyroid gland, that is also correct pair. So here mismatched pair, that is option A, adrenaline pituitary gland, because adrenaline that is secreted by the adrenal gland. So here option A is the correct answer for the question number 8. Hello everyone, let's see question number 9. Correct path of transmission of nerve impulse in the neuron. Dendrite. So just I'll draw the rough diagram of the neuron. Okay. So just okay. So here the transmission of the nerve impulse. So here the dendrites which receives the nerve impulse. So that is the correct one, dendrite, and the nerve ending. So that is nerve ending is the last. So option A is the wrong answer. Dendrite, axon. Axon, that this is the elongated part of this neuron. So from the dendrites, the nerve impulse directly do not move to the axon. So option B is also wrong one. Dendrite, cell body, axon, nerve ending. So dendrite, that is the correct one. Then cell body, axon, then to the nerve ending. Yes. So that is the correct answer. Option C. See, read the option C. Dendrite, cell body, axon, nerve ending. So that is the correct one. Option D. So nerve ending is at the first. So option D is also wrong answer. So for the question number 9, option C is the correct answer. Hello everyone. Let's see question number 10. Correct path of reflex arc in the figure given below. So here the reflex arc is given here. So that is the sensory neuron, and here D, that is the motor neurons, and E, that is the uh, spinal cord, and the relay neurons are given. So that is the path of the reflex arc, right? So here correct path of the reflex arc. So it starts from the receptor, right? So C. So in option B, C, D, we can see the C receptor, then A. So that is the sensory neuron. So the nerve impulse that move to the sensory neuron. So option A. So sorry, next A. C, A is there in B and C. Then it move to the next one, that is the B. So that is same in the both B and C option. Then E. So here E is the spinal cord, right? Then D. So D is the motor neuron. So see here, receptor, A is the sensory neuron, then relay neuron, then spinal cord, then the motor neuron, right? So here option B is the correct one. So here in the option C, E is at the end. So that is the wrong one. So option B is the correct answer for the question number 10. Hello everyone. Let's see question number 11. An example of positive geotropism in plants. Geotropism means growth of the plant parts like roots towards the soil, right? Towards the gravity. You can say that towards the gravity, that is called as positive geotropism. So here growth of the stem that is away from the gravity. So that is the negative geotropism, that is not a positive geotropism. Growth of the roots deep into the soil. Yes, growth of the roots of the plants towards the gravity, that is deep into the soil, that is the positive geotropism. Growth of the shoots of veins, that is also a negative geotropism. And upward growth of the roots in some plants, that is also negative geotropism. So here example for positive geotropism is growth of the roots deep into the soil. Option B is the correct answer for the question number 11. Hello everyone, let's see question number 12. The part of the human brain responsible for the accuracy of the voluntary actions and maintaining the body posture and the balance is option A, pons, option B, cerebrum, option C, hypothalamus, option D, cerebellum. So here mainly posture and the balance. So that is mainly controlled by the cerebellum, the part of the brain that is the cerebellum, and the cerebrum that is mainly control the voluntary actions, right? Like smell, touch, and all. So here option D is the correct answer for the question number 12. Hello everyone. Let's see question number 13. A pot that has growing seedlings is kept in a dark room. A burning candle is placed near it for a few days. The top part of the seedling bends towards the light of the burning candle. This is option A, chemotropism, option B, phototropism, option C, geotropism, option D, hydrotropism. So here the bending of the plant towards the light, right? So here towards the light means that is phototropism, bending of the plants towards the light, that is called as the phototropism. Chemotropism means towards the chemicals, right? Geotropism means towards the gravity. Hydrotropism means towards the water. But here the plant bends towards the light of burning candle. So that is example for the phototropism. Hello everyone. Let's see question number 14. A person immediately starts running soon after observing a snake. The correct transmission of reflex impulse in the situation is. So here when the person immediately starts running, so when he observes the snake, so the changes in the environment that is received by the receptors, right? So here the first, the reflex impulse in this situation is receptor. So effector at the end, right? So effector are not at the first. So receptor which receives the signals from the environment, that is the first one. Then the nerve impulse that is carried by the sensory neuron. Yes, the nerve impulse that is carried by the sensory neuron, that is the correct one. So yes, directly it will not move to the spinal cord. So option D and option C and D you can remove. Then brain, sensory neuron to the brain. So here brain is not involved in the reflex action, right? So mainly the spinal cord is involved in this. So option A is also wrong one. So we can say that option B is the correct answer, that is receptor, sensory neuron, spinal cord, relay neuron, motor neuron and the effector. So this is the path of the reflex impulse in this situation. Hello everyone. Let's see question number 15. Blood sugar level increases under secretion of insulin hormone. Swelling of the neck. So here the first one is related to the second one. So you should choose the correct one for the third one statement. Okay, the blood sugar level increases, that is because of the under secretion of the insulin hormone, that's the correct one. And the swelling of the neck, so under secretion of the thyroxine hormone, more secretion of the insulin hormone, more secretion of the thyroxine hormone, excess intake of the iodine. So here swelling of the neck, that is mainly because of the thyroid, right? Thyroid and the thyroxine hormone. So here under secretion of the thyroxine hormone, so that is the correct answer. And more secretion of the insulin, that is not related to the swelling of the neck, and more secretion of the thyroxine hormone that do not cause the swelling of the neck, and excess intake of the iodine that also do not cause the swelling of the neck. So here under secretion of the thyroxine hormone, that is the correct answer. Hello everyone, let's see question number 16. The hormone secreted by the pancreas regulates the metabolic activities, regulates the blood sugar level, stimulates the growth in the body organs, increases the breathing rate. So here the hormone secreted by the pancreas, that is the insulin, right? Insulin. Insulin that regulates the blood sugar level. Option B is the correct answer. Insulin that regulates the blood sugar level. Hello everyone. Let's see question number 17. Which of the following is the plant hormone? Option A insulin, option B thyroxine, option C cytokinin, option D estrogen. So here insulin, thyroxine and estrogen, so that is the human hormone that is secreted in the animal's body, right? But mainly in the human body. But the cytokinin, that is the plant hormone. So here option C is the correct answer. Hello everyone. Let's see question number 18. The correct path of the movement of the nerve impulses in the following diagram is. So here the neuron diagram is given here. The nerve impulses that is received by the dendrites. So these are called as dendrites. Dendrites that is represented as P. So here P is given in option B and option D. So you can eliminate A and C. Then the nerve impulses move to the cell body. So that is given as R. So here R is there in option D, right? So here Q is there. Q. So this is R. And at the end Q is there. So here P, then R. See the option D. Received by the dendrites, then move towards the cell body, then to the axons, then to the nerve ending, right? So here P, then R, then S, and at last at the Q. So this is the Q. Q means that is nerve ending. That shows the nerve ending. So for this question, option D is the correct answer. PRSQ. That represents the dendrites, cell body, axon and the nerve ending. Hello everyone. Let's see question number 19. The part of the brain that controls the activities such as riding a bicycle, writing with a pen grip is cerebrum, cerebellum, medulla, option D, pons. Right. So here it should be pons. So these activities mainly controlled by writing with a pen grip and the riding of bicycle, so that is mainly controlled by the cerebellum, so that is the part of the hindbrain. Option B is the correct answer. Hello everyone, let's see question number 20. This part of the brain is responsible for making your mouth water when you see tamarind. Option A, cerebrum. Option B, cerebellum. Option C, medulla. Option D, pons. So here the part of the hindbrain, that is the medulla, which control the involuntary actions in your body. So that is the mouth water when you see the tamarind, that is the involuntary action, right? So that is mainly controlled by the medulla. Option C, medulla. Hello everyone, let's see question number 21. The movement of the pollen grains towards the ovary in the plants. Option A, phototropism. Option B, geotropism. Option C, hydrotropism. Option D, chemotropism. So here the movement of the pollen grains. So when the pollen grains received by the stigma, so they move towards the ovary, right? So the pollen grains, they move towards they form the pollen tube and move towards the ovary. So that is not the phototropism. Phototropism, that is related to the light, and the geotropism, that is related to the gravity. Hydrotropism, that is related to the water. But here this is the chemotropism, because the some chemicals that is released by the ovary, so the pollen grains move towards that chemicals. So that is the example for the chemotropism. Hello everyone. Let's see question number 22. The plant hormone responsible for phototropism in plant is option A, auxin, option B, cytokinin, option C, abscisic acid, option D, gibberellin. So here the plant hormone responsible for the phototropism, that is auxin. So which is synthesized at the tip of the plant and responsible for the phototropism. So option A is the correct answer for the question number 22. Hello everyone. Let's see question number 23. The information sensed by receptors in the body is carried through option A through electrical signals, option B through blood, option C through lymph, and option D through vessels. So here information that is sensed by the receptors. So the receptors are at the different parts of our body like eyes and skin, etc. Right? So here this information that is carried through, so they do not carry it through the blood, lymph, and the vessels. They are carried through the electrical signals. So for this question, option A is the correct answer. Hello everyone. Let's see question number 24. Upward growth of stem in plants. Option A, negative geotropism and positive hydrotropism. Option B, positive geotropism and negative hydrotropism. Option C, negative phototropism and positive gravity transduction. Option D, negative geotropism and positive phototropism. So here, read the question, upward growth of the stem in plants. So the growth of the stem in plants, that is example for the negative geotropism and positive hydrotropism. No, so they are not growing towards the water. So that is the wrong answer. Positive geotropism and negative hydrotropism. So the growth of the stem towards the light, that is not upward growth of the light. That is not the positive geotropism. Negative phototropism and positive gravity transduction. Here, the growth of the stem that you see here, that is moving towards the light. That is not the negative phototropism. So here, option D, negative geotropism. Yes, that is negative geotropism, that is moving away from the gravity, and positive phototropism, that is moving towards the light. Yes, that is the correct answer. Negative geotropism and the positive phototropism. Hello everyone, let's see question number 25. Identify the correct statement regarding the plant hormones. Cytokinin promotes the leaf wilting. Option B, auxin inhibits the stem elongation. Option C, abscisic acid inhibits the plant growth. Option D, gibberellin promotes the leaf abscission. So here, correct statement regarding the plant hormone. Cytokinin promotes the leaf wilting. No, cytokinin that prevents the leaf wilting. So option A is the incorrect statement. Auxin inhibits the stem elongation. No, the auxin that uh, promote the stem elongation, right? That is secreted at the tip of the plant, and elongation of the cells that is caused by the auxin. So option B is the wrong one. Abscisic acid inhibits the plant growth. Yes, the hormone, the one hormone in plants that inhibits the plant growth, that is the abscisic acid. So that is the correct statement. Gibberellin promotes the leaf abscission. No, gibberellin that promotes the plant growth and development, that do not promotes the leaf abscission. So option D is also wrong answer. So for this question, option C is the correct answer. Hello everyone, let's see question number 26. The pattern of root responses in plants, directed and negative phototropism, positive phototropism and negative geotropism, undirected and positive geotropism, growth dependent and positive heterotropism. So here for this question, the pattern of root responses in plants, that is directed and negative phototropism. Positive phototropism, no. The plant roots that do not show the positive phototropism. Undirected and positive geotropism. So they do not show the undirected and the positive geotropism, right? So they are directed. Growth dependent and positive heterotropism. So here the option A, the directed and the negative phototropism. So option A is the correct answer. Hello everyone, let's see question number 27. The response that does not occur in plants based on their growth is stems bending towards light, roots growing down into the soil, leaves tingle when touched, the shoots of vine rising. The response that do not occur in plants based on their growth. So here the stem bending towards the light, that shows the phototropism, roots growing towards down into the soil, that is geotropism, and leaves tingle when touched. So the that does not involve the growth. The shoots of vine rising, that shows the thigmotropism. So here option C, the leaves tingle when touched. So that is the correct answer for this question. Hello everyone. Answer the following questions. So let's solve the 1 mark questions. Okay. Let's see question number 28. What are the tropism movements necessary for growth in the roots and the shoots of the plants? So here necessary for the growth. So here for the growth of the root, that involves the geotrophism, and the shoots, so that is the phototropism. So here two tropism, that is phototropism and the geotropism movements are necessary for the growth in the roots and the shoots of the plant. Hello everyone, let's see question number 29. What is geotropism? So what's the definition of the geotropism? So here the movement of the plant part in response to gravity is called geotropism. So for example, the roots that move towards the gravity, that is towards the soil, that is called as the geotropism. Hello everyone. Let's see question number 30. What is neuron? What is the definition of the neuron? So here the structural and the functional unit of the nervous system or the nerve tissue that is called as the neuron. So here it is called as structural and the functional unit of the nervous system. Hello everyone. Let's see question number 31. Which hormone inhibits the growth of the plants? So here there are four different hormones that we studied in the section of the plant control and coordination, right? So that is auxin, gibberellin, cytokinin and the abscisic acid. So here the one hormone that inhibits the growth of the plants, that is the abscisic acid. Abscisic acid that inhibits the growth of the plant. Okay. Hello everyone. Let's see question number 32. What is reflex action and give an example? So what's the definition of the reflex action? The sudden response for the stimulation is called reflex action. So unknowingly the person response for the stimulation, that is called as the reflex action. And for example, with holding hands when touching sharp or the hot object, so you take your hands back when you touch the sharp or the hot object. That is an example for the reflex action. Hello everyone. Let's see question number 33. How does chemical coordination occur in plants? So you know that in plants also there is a chemical coordination. The chemical coordination takes place by the production of the hormones in the plants. So the different kinds of hormones like auxins, gibberellins, abscisic acid and the cytokinins, they that helps in the chemical coordination in the plant's body. Hello everyone. Let's see question number 34. Name the mineral necessary for the production of the thyroxine hormone. So here the thyroxine hormone that requires the iodine. Iodine, iodine for the production of this hormone. Hello everyone. Let's see question number 35. What is the role of the abscisic acid in plants? What is the function of the abscisic acid? So which inhibits the growth of the plants, for example wilting of the leaves, that is caused by the abscisic acid. Mainly the abscisic acid responsible for the, so that control or that inhibits the growth of the plants. Hello everyone. Let's see question number 36. What is the function of pancreas as an endocrine gland? Pancreas that act as an endocrine gland that secretes the hormones, right? So the pancreas that secretes the insulin hormone, that insulin hormone that helps in the controlling of the blood sugar level, that maintains the blood sugar level. Hello everyone. Let's see question number 37. How do muscle cells respond to nerve impulses? So the answer, the muscle cells contain special proteins that cause movement by changing both their shape and the composition within the cell in response to the electrical impulses from the nerves. So this is how the muscle cells respond to the nerve impulses. Hello everyone. Let's see question number 38. What is the voluntary action? Voluntary action means the action or a movement that is performed by consciously with intentional choice and under the individual's control. So we can say that the actions or the behavior that is or the movement that is in under the individual's control, we can control that action. So such type of actions are called as voluntary actions. For example, movement of our hand or the movement of our leg. So these are the example for the voluntary actions. Hello everyone, let's solve question number 39. What is involuntary action? So here the involuntary actions which take place without consciousness or the willingness of the individual, the actions which are not in our control or the actions which are not controlled under the individual, so that is called as the involuntary action. For example, heartbeat is not controlled by the individual, right? Or the digestion is not controlled by the individual person. So here these actions are called as involuntary actions. Hello everyone, let's solve question number 40. Name the parts of the human brain that control voluntary and the involuntary actions. So here the voluntary actions that are controlled by the cerebrum, and the involuntary actions that is mainly controlled by the medulla, that is the part of the hindbrain.